sorry it's been so long. First I'm starting off with priming my eyes with the All Hours YSL foundation and the MAC Pro Longwear concealer. With the Hourglass Ethereal Light Powder, I believe that's how you say it. Now I'm using one of my absolute favourite eyeshadow palettes, the Huda Beauty Mauve Obsessions. I always start off with the lightest shade in the palette and set it from my lash line all the way up to my brow bone. I find when I do this, the application of my eyeshadow looks a lot smoother and more blended. Then I'm taking the lighter pinky sort of shade in the palette and I'm using that as my transition colour and really buffing it all out until it looks nice and seamless. The center shade in the palette, it's like a mauvey brownish sort of tone. I'm placing that right in the crease area and sort of making it really blend in with the transition color that we've just placed, just not going as high though. Now for the last shade I'm going to be using in my crease is this beautiful, it's like a dark pink sort of red shade. Right in my crease. Again, I'm not bringing it as high as that first and second shade. I'm sort of keeping it a little bit lower and mainly focusing it onto the outer half of my eye. I'm also going to be now mixing that shade we just used and the top left hand purple shade. Mixing those two together on a little bit more of a dense brush, and now I'm trying to create a halo eye sort of effect by placing it on the outside of my eye and the inner corner of my eye and just making sure they both tie together really nicely and blend out. Too Faced glitter glue, I'm pressing that right into the center of my lid, followed by this beautiful gorgeous shimmery pink shade from the palette on the left hand side in the middle, and using my finger I'm really pressing it into the glitter glue to give it a little bit more pigment and make it stay on all day. One of my favorite pairs of lashes, the NIKKIA Joy Lashes in the style NIKKIA. These are one of my absolute favorite pair of lashes along with my Huda Beauty Jade number 13s, and I'm just using the Huda Lash Glue to stick those ones down in place. going to be moving on with my base. Today I'll be using the YSL All Hours foundation. Been absolutely loving this foundation lately. I find you can build up the coverage really beautifully. It also gives my skin a really nice glow. I know some people say it's more on the matte side for them, but it was definitely more glowy on myself. After all of my foundation is blended out, I'll then be going in with the MAC Longwear Concealer, again with the same beauty blender, and putting it underneath my eyes, on my chin, nose, cupid's bow, and a tiny bit on my forehead, and blending those ones out. My favourite way to apply any liquids, whether it's foundation or concealer, is with a damp beauty blender, and I also really like spraying my Fix Plus on the beauty blender before putting my product on as well. In place, I'm using the same Hourglass powder I used to set my eyes, putting that all over my face. Then I'm using the NYX Cosmetics highlighting and contour palette. It's my favorite palette to contour with. I use I think it's the first two brown shades in those ones, mix those two together, then put it on my cheekbones, forehead, and my nose. I will be using the Hourglass Radiant Light Bronzer Powder. Don't know actually if it's bronzer or a powder, but anyway, I use it as a bronzer just to give my face a little bit more colour and dimension. Then I'm using my Tarte blush wheel and applying the blush on the apples of my cheeks and dragging it back into my bronzer. Now I get to move on to my favourite part of my makeup looks is highlighter, and it's my favourite highlighter in the whole world, the MECCA Cosmetica Enlightened powder. I just think it looks so beautiful on the skin. It's not chunky, not too glittery, it just gives your skin a beautiful natural glow, and yeah, my favourite one. And moving on to my eyebrows, I'm using the Ardell brow powder. I like to use the lighter brown shade and the medium brown shade and mix them together just to sort of create the colour that I want. I do it a little bit lighter at the front of my brows, and then towards the end of my brows I like to use more of the darker brown shade to fill them in. So I'm just doing my lower lash line now. I like to do it after I finish my complete base. So I'm just taking that really dark pink, almost red shade, and putting that underneath the lash line. And then I will go in with the lighter pink shade in the palette and really buff it out with a small brush. And I have just realised how green my eyes look with pink eyeshadow. I don't know what it is, if it's the like almost red shade or the pink, but God, they look so green in this video. Love it. to finish off the look, I'm just doing my lips now. I'm using a KYLIE Cosmetics lip liner. I can't remember if it's in the shade Coco K or Candy K, but I will list it down below for you. And then I will be using the MAC Cosmetics lipstick in the shade Brave, which I absolutely love. And then that will be the finished look for today. I'm so glad you all came and watched my video. It means so much to me. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more videos. Hopefully I'll be posting them a little bit more regularly now. And I hope you all have a good day. Bye!
Close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leaving